I'm outside right now, but I'm gonna do my intro out here. Hi, this is Hillary with Stay Happy Candle Company, and I just can't waste this sunset. Today, the video is just gonna go along with me making a batch of my beach date candles. So here we go. All right, this is my process of pouring just a small batch of candles. I've got about 5 of each size. And I just make sure that I get everything out so I'm organized. I got my wicks out, I've got my wick setters out, I've got all my jars lined up so that I can organize how much wax goes with which pour. And then I just make sure that I always clean them out. That is one tip that I have learned that just almost feels mandatory, right? Get all the dust and packaging little residue out of them, and so that you can start fresh for your customers. And I just use alcohol. I get a spray bottle, spray, 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 scrub, scrub, scrub. The other tip I suggest is definitely get you a wick guide so that you can always be uniform in where your wicks are set in your jars. It would especially be helpful in a 2 and 3 wick candle. I'm really starting to get comfortable in my candle space. I spent last weekend organizing everything. Even though I had promised myself that I was gonna get my Etsy shop up and going, I got a little sidetracked and got myself completely organized, which is great. I have decided though that I love standing up while I do this whole process. Sitting down just doesn't work for me, but I'm using just a Costco folding table, so that is on my bucket list to get me a standing table. So here's one of the reasons why I am adamant about using a wick placement tool of some sort. This is from Design House. You can decipher what you would want to use yourself, but you don't want your wicks, especially if a 2 and a 3 wick, you don't want your wicks to be any closer than about 1 inch apart from each other. But you don't want them any closer than about 1 inch from the side of the vessel. So, you know, sometimes that's kind of hard to judge. So just getting something that helps you place those, very beneficial. It also just makes sure that everything is nice and uniform. Okay, I have a funny personal story I want to share, and then hopefully it'll spark a conversation. So I received a comment on one of my TikToks, or maybe it was a reel or a YouTube, I'm not sure, from somebody that it made me so livid, and I just wanted to clap back so hard. I did respond, but I wasn't rude or I wasn't harsh or anything. But then afterwards realized I probably didn't really need to respond. I recognize fully that it is my choice to be on social media. It is my choice to put myself out there. And so I have to take kind of what comes within reason, obviously. So here's my question for you. What do you do? Do you respond? Do you let it go? Do you not let it bother you? I mean, it didn't really bother me, but I was just like, what? Oh, you cannot say that. And though the comment that I got was literally not bad at all and not really rude, it just made me think, wow, I am going to set myself up for potential harsh or rude comments in the future, along with great comments too, I'm sure. So sincerely, how do you handle it? Anyway, social media, it is a beautiful thing, and sometimes is just a frustrating thing, but more beautiful. So I am getting ready for my launch. I've got my first market on April 15th locally here, but I'll probably do a little soft launch just prior to that to get my setup for my market, you know, get it all prepped and ready and make sure I like it. And then I'll just do a little soft launch while it's all set up. That being said, this batch of candles is my beach date. It is a glorious smell. It reminds me of a handsome man, which I live with one, but this beautiful musky, woodsy, has sea salt and marine. I mean, it's just a very nice, like, handsome man actually smell. So if you like that kind of a cologne, musky, woodsy fragrance, You're going to love this so much. And this one, Beach Date, it's a pretty strong, like it definitely has a high hot throw. It's very definite in your room. I've got some that are more subtle. Beach Date, however, it permeates really well throughout your home. I love it. One of my next videos, I'm going to explain this process that I have to do here at the end. Just a little bit of maintenance, just to make sure there's no air pockets, air holes. We'll get into that in another one. But as for this video, we are out. Thanks for hanging with me.